The caseworker will see what works with your experience, and if you don't have anything, they'll send you just to the just random ass places or whatever. For her caseworker, and we're sitting there, and she's nervous, so she kind of shaking or whatever, and I'm like, girl, this ain't even a fucking job interview. This is your caseworker. She gonna help you, so don't worry about it. And so, next thing we know, the dude who checks you in. He goes over and brings the caseworker to us while we're sitting there. And so he brings her over, and it's a short black lady. She's probably in her 40s or late 30s at this time. I'm in my early 30s. She's like in her late 30s, early 40s, somewhere around here. And so when she comes up, the dude says, "Hey, this is Kristen. And yeah, this is going to be your new case. She's looking for a job. She's looking for work. Young, ready to work, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, will you take care of her?" Girl, shut up. And the lady says, "It actually would be my honor to take care of her. Especially she done came in here with Diamond Styles." So I'm like, what's going on? Who are you? How you know me? Because I'm coming in, too. I'm also a trans woman. So I'm like, I want to get her clocked in like I'm 100% passable, too. So I'm coming in this situation. Now I'm more confident than her, but I'm also like, ooh, I don't want to get her clocked either. So when this lady who I don't know come out and say that, I'm like, what does that mean? And so I'm like, oh, she was like, come on, you can come back too. You can come back too. So we go back to her office, and I'm like, I'm like, what's going on? Like, how you know me? And she was like, oh, you helped me get through my divorce. I saw a video of you when you talked about your divorce. Y'all know the video that I have on here called My Divorce? She watched that, and she was like, me and you have a similar situation. I'm not saying, but we have a similar situation where we was in this situation with a man who was taking care of everything and blah, 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 blah. And when you told that story, I was searching for people talking about their divorce, and I found you, and I started being a listener to your situation. So I've been listening to you since 2010 or two, whatever she said, whenever that video came out, that's how she found it. And so she was like, for real, yeah, you my girl. I'm gonna take care of her. We're gonna get her a job. Oh, one of the that's my thing. I live. So you ain't even gotta be nervous, bitch. she gonna look out for you. Don't worry about it. This is sickening. So now a weight is off the shoulder. We got a cis ally here who fuck with me the long way. Cool. So she gonna look out for you. She gonna get you some jobs. Blah 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 blah. She was like, all right, now. You tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what I got for you. She was like, now there's this one job that is guaranteed. If I send you there and I give them the okay, you guaranteed to get the job. But you might not necessarily like it, but it's a job, and it's something that you can get, that you can work until we find you something else that you can do. If you give me time, I can find you something else. But this job, it's a factory job that no matter who I send to them, if they know you fuck with me, you will get the job. So you guarantee.
David trusts Prevagen for his brain, and this is his story.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 40.
If you come during this time, for the job, the guaranteed job was April 26th. So, but she says, I'm going to send you on interviews between now and April 26th, just to jobs that you tell me that you're super, super interested in. I need you to fill out this profile, and then I will send you to the jobs to get interviewed. So, that's what happened. So this is the scenario. She go into interviews to jobs that she's interested in, If she doesn't get them in between the time we go see her, this is like early April. In the time we see her, we go then if she doesn't get any of those jobs at April 26th, that job 100% will hire her, but it won't be some glamorous job. You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, by April 26th, she's gonna have a job, but she has to go to interviews in between that to see other jobs that she might be more interested in to see if she gets them. So she goes to different interviews, and it's just good experience for her to go to interviews and talk just so she's not nervous. So I make her go on all these interviews. Not make her, but I tell her to go to interviews.
This is very, very, very.
And so she goes to like 3 different interviews between then and the 26th. So each one of the interviews, she doesn't get hired because she doesn't really have any experience. And so it's kind of, I don't want to say fucking with herself, fucking with her confidence, but yeah, she doesn't get a yes from these jobs because there were like different salons because she wanted to do hair, and so it was like different little salons that she wanted to work at, but she didn't get them because she didn't have no experience and she was young. She was 20, and so they needed more experience and blah 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 blah. So she didn't get the job, but she got the experience of going on interviews 3 different times. And we knew, even if you don't get these jobs, we know, guaranteed, the lady said on the 26th, that job is definitely going to hire you. So we ain't got nothing to worry about. We good. So, all right. This is springtime at my job. And it doesn't slow down because it's not Christmas. So this is one of the slowest times of the season. And so this is April. It's the end of springtime. Everything is slow. Ain't nothing going on. Bullshit like that. And in the situation, I'm feeling good. I'm bored. I'm not drained at work. I'm actually feeling good. Everything is dope. Everything is good. So I'm actually not paying attention to Kristen too much. Sometimes I ask her different stuff, and I have recently found out about the situation that happened in December about her bringing that girl in my house. So my vibe with her has changed. I'm not being mean or anything to her, but I guess you could say a little distant. I still want her to win. I'm still making sure she's going to the 3 interviews that she had. I know we got an interview coming up in April, but the conversations more is turning into, all right, we got to find you an apartment. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it used to be where you can stay forever. It's not turning into that. It's turning into, all right, baby, we got to figure you something out. Once you get a job, we're going to figure out how to get you a place. All that kind of shit. So the tone is changing because now that's one of my pet peeves. If I've done nothing to you and I can't trust you in my house, I don't like snakes in my house. I don't like riding in car with snakes. Snakes bite.
Got my glasses too. God damn it.
It's only a matter of time if you got a snake running around your car, they're just gonna bite you. I don't like that. So fast forward, so she didn't get the 3 interviews, she didn't get the job, but fast forward to April 26th. Well, actually, fast forward to April 28th. Because I'm not paying attention to her, I forget that she got the little shit on April 28th. So April 28th, I say, I'm sitting on my computer and the lady from Workforce Solutions hit me up on YouTube in the message section. Let me go get my glasses. And I'm at my computer, and she's laying on this couch. But she's laying like this. Just a couch, just like this. And I have a desk. And I'm sitting at the desk, and I'm on the computer, and I'm reading this. And I turn around and look at her, I'm like this. And she says, "Oh, I had a few clients, so I didn't really need to go. I've been having more clients."
Y'all ready? Let's go!
So now, what's annoying me now, you kind of messing up. And how I take this is, we learned that we got to connect at the Workforce Solutions way to jobs. And you are not being reliable to our connect. And that's making me look bad. Like I'm bringing some bullshit ass people to the lady that's trying to get a job. So if I ever have another situation where I need to bring somebody to her to get a job, she gonna think that I'm bringing bullshit motherfuckers with no follow-through. That's how I took it. Now that might be weird for me to think that. Well, not weird. It's logical, but that's putting me and my reputation at the center of the situation. But it annoys the fuck out of me. I just gotta be truthful about it. I feel like this lady said that she fuck with me the long way, so I want to keep this open. So if somebody else needs a job, I can bring them to her. You just say this is her first payment. That pissed me off. It pissed me off. It annoys the fuck out of me. And I'm like, bitch. But yeah, you have friends, but you haven't bullshit at me. And you still need a job because your clients ain't coming fast like they used to. You had a couple of clients. You know how home it is. And it gets that normal. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So what the fuck is going on? And we're getting into this spot and SEPTA age where they're flagging all the time, flagging ads and all these kind of situations. So sweetheart, you gotta find you somewhere to go. Because now you done pissed me off. Because one of the reasons why she needed to get a job is because she owed me money. She made the client and she paid it. But we see what's happening. We see the trend. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. So at this point, with the betrayal, we're bringing the girl to my house, and we finding out about it 3 months later. She's getting. Don't live with Melissa no more because they fell out of the right of business. But she getting back cool with Melissa after I told her that she played it. All this shit. Next thing I know, Randy comes in and Jabari done told him who was the person that told, oh, wait. I tell her she needs to get out. Pack her stuff up and go stay with her. Randy comes in and say, oh, where is that bitch at? And I was like, what are you talking about? He said, that bitch told Jabari, he sent a recording of me to Jabari, and that's who it was that was talking to him about me being transphobic. This was months ago. Like 2 months ago. So he's over. So now she's mad at the whole situation. And now she gotta move back with Melissa. You gotta pay her $50 every client because she ain't having as many clients as she used to. Her and her little gay twin friend, white too. Well, he's Latin. One day I come to my house and they done took Melissa's cat litter box and poured it out in front of my door. So these are children. So Brandon, so they're doing weird ass little shit. So I'm like, but you can't catch them outside. Don't fuck with Melissa. So Brian, my other gay son, I know I have a kind of voice, my gay son is Brian. So I have Brandon, Brian, Jonathan. So Jonathan, that's a whole other thing. That's a he done been on my show years ago. Brian and Brandon. So Brian comes over. Before Brian comes over, Brian goes to the and Brian calls me and says, Diamond, your ex-roommate is here at the CVS with that bush queen. And I was like, oh, are they walking? And he was like, yeah, they're walking from the CVS back to the apartment. So if you come out now, you will meet them at the gate. So but Brandon,
So we get sites, so you can save up to 40%. What was my secret tactic? Hotel, Travago.
This is what joint pain looks like when you keep moving with Aleve. Just one Aleve, 12 hours of uninterrupted joint pain relief. Aleve, strength to last 12 hours.
Total Beats, his best-selling Beats brand, is available at Walmart. Total Beats blood pressure support soft chews contain a key ingredient clinically shown to deliver 2 times better blood pressure support. Take control of your health. Head to Walmart and get Total Beats blood pressure support soft chews today.
Promised ya. It's a little advanced from my earnings. Time to speculate to accumulate. And fun to speculation. Soon,
With Chase, you can get a debit card for your kids' independence.
Got the buyer coming through. Thank you. Thank you all very much. Hey.
And parental notifications, so you can keep an eye on how they're used. Strong project. Control for parents, freedom for kids. That's family banking from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Hi, I'm Ellen. I'm Portia. We're talking to cameras that are in our living room about Kind Science. You've tried just about everything.
I've tried everything. But with Kind Science, my skin feels cleaner. It feels more hydrated. I can't see the little...
we all get dressed and fight. So we go to the game. And Brandon walks over to Kristen and just beams her.
Can I see?
All his powers. Just hit her. He don't fight her. He just bangs her. Boom.
Yeah.
Bitch, that's for telling. That's for telling
All right.
Jabari, sending Jabari that video. So
There is the money.
soon as Brandon beings her, the gay boy
The cocaine
turns up,
you
as
are
he
selling
should.
me.
This is his friend.
Excuse me.
But,
Are you selling me cocaine, Mr. Phillips?
sir,
Why do you keep saying that?
we're talking about a St. Louis butch queen.
And how is it that you know
Brandon got to wearing that boy so thin. And at this point, Brandon is like workout fit. So Brandon is not just some skinny twink. Brandon is workout buff twink. And he gets to add all the passion that he wanted to give to Tanya, baby. All the passion that he wanted to give Kristen, he transferred it to the butch queen. So he is punching and dragging this butch queen all over the front of this little area. Before you get to my apartment, is like a strip center. And so we caught them when they were coming around the corner.
Ron Johnson said he doesn't think there are enough Republican votes in the Senate to pass the bill.
I think we have enough to stop the process until the president gets serious about the spending reduction and reducing the deficit.
Senator Rand Paul said he won't support the bill as currently written. I can't vote to raise the debt ceiling $5 trillion. There's got to be someone left in Washington who thinks debt is wrong and deficits are wrong and wants to go in the other direction. Somebody has to stand up and yell, the emperor has no clothes, and everybody's falling in lockstep on this. Pass the big, beautiful bill. Don't question anything. The New York Times reports that House Republicans slipped a provision into their bill which, if enacted, would limit federal courts' authority to hold Donald Trump in contempt. Quote, the sprawling domestic policy bill Republicans pushed through the House on Thursday would limit the power of federal judges to hold people in contempt, potentially shielding President Trump and members of his administration from the consequences of violating court orders. The provision would apply retroactively to court orders that were made before it was enacted, including ongoing cases where federal judges are weighing whether to hold Trump administration officials in contempt over deporting immigrants. Federal court cases have issued at least 25 nationwide injunctions against Donald Trump, according to the Congressional Research Service. On May 15th, the Supreme Court heard arguments in 3 cases that currently prevent Donald Trump from denying citizenship to American-born babies. At 7:22 a.m. today, Donald Trump proved once again why he is unworthy to be president of the United States by posting on Memorial Day this poison on social media. Happy Memorial Day to all, including the scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped radical left minds, all protected by these USA-hating judges who suffer from an ideology that is sick and very dangerous for our country. Hopefully, the United States Supreme Court and other good and compassionate judges throughout the land will save us from the decisions of the monsters who want our country to go to hell. Joining us now is Democratic Congressman Zoe Lofgren, California. She's a member of the House Judiciary Committee and served on the January 6th Select Committee. Congressman Lofgren, thank you very much for joining us tonight. And when I see those words, USA, hating judges, that sort of thing from Donald Trump, and you think back to Richard Nixon, who was literally driven out of the presidency by the United States Supreme Court, unanimously ruling against him. Richard Nixon never once dreamed of using language like that to apply to any federal judges.
Well, let's be frank, Lawrence. If a member of our family approaching 80 years of age posted that after midnight in all caps, our family would be trying to do an intervention and get some medical help to see if this person was suffering from dementia. It looks really unhinged. But on the merits of what's happening, I'm very disappointed, but I'm unfortunately not surprised. that the Republicans are trying to take judicial power away from the judiciary. I mean, Article 3 fully vests the judicial power of the United States in the courts. They have full power over all cases in law and equity. And, we went through this in the Judiciary Committee to try and retroactively remove the authority to enforce your rulings is unprecedented and really contrary to upholding the rule of law. Earlier today, I was at some Memorial Day. Those who we honor ran towards gunfire, and they gave everything for our freedom. We're not asking those of us today to run into a barrage of machine gun fire. We're just asking people to stand up for the rule of law and for the Constitution and to preserve our democracy. And those remarks were well received this morning.
What would it mean to the country if this provision restricting the authority of federal judges were to become law?
Well, as we discussed in the Judiciary Committee, judges have the authority to set what the bond would be. They could set the bond at $1, and you could raise that by, spare changing it outside the courthouse. The real pernicious aspect of this is it's to apply retroactively before judges ask for a $1 bond in the effort to prevent the Trump administration from being held accountable, not only for violating the law, but for violating court orders, which several courts are on their way, it looks to me, like finding. And there's really no need. I mean, for an injunction to be issued, a court has to find that the petitioner has a likelihood of prevailing at trial and that they will suffer irreparable harm. So it's not as if, this is willy-nilly, a casual thing for a judge to do. The whole intent of this is to save Donald Trump's administration from being held accountable for violating court orders that have already occurred. And it's really despicable, really.
Representative Zoe Lufgren, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And joining our discussion now is congressional historian Norm Ornstein. He is an emeritus scholar at the American Enterprise Institute. And Norm, this is a Memorial Day. You have read so many presidential declarations on Memorial Day. Donald Trump issues one, and he talks about scum, and when he does that, he's talking about federal judges. He's talking about anyone who voted against him. He's talking about every Democratic member of Congress, every Democrat governor in the country. That's what he's deciding to address, and that's the way he wants to talk about people in this country on Memorial Day.
It's what a narcissistic sociopath would do, Lawrence. And let's remember that the day before he gave a commencement address at West Point, our emerging military leaders, that itself was unhinged, wore his campaign hat, and then left before doing what every other president has done when they've given that address, which is to shake the hands of the people who are graduating from West Point. He said, I have to deal with China and Russia, and then went off to play golf. So the contempt that the commander-in-chief we now has for our fallen heroes and for emerging military leaders is sickening. Let's also note, Lawrence, that this provision that you were just talking about with Zoe Lofgren does not in any way fit under the rules of reconciliation, something you know well from having dealt with it over many years in the Senate. But I wouldn't be surprised if somehow some version of this bill goes through, that the Senate Republicans will basically bypass the parliamentarian who will tell them flatly, no, you can't do this, to try and make it happen and hamstring the judiciary from holding any of the Trump people, including lawyers who are flouting judges' orders, in contempt. We're dealing with a hostile takeover of the government by somebody who doesn't like our own military, but who also loves what other dictators are doing. And then we can get to the substance of this horrific, big, beautiful bill.
I want to go back to that first note you struck about the mental capacity of the current president of the United States, which is on display every day as completely inadequate for the presidency on any level, be it intelligence or knowledge or emotional stability or even appreciation of very fundamental things about what it means to be American. That is relentlessly on display nonstop. At the same time, when some people want to just keep the focus on Joe Biden and what condition was he in the final year of his presidency, when Joe Biden never, ever, ever said anything like what Donald Trump just said today, what Donald Trump says every day, and no one has pointed out a single presidential decision that Joe Biden got wrong somehow because of mental capacity. Donald Trump, we're seeing, just the scene you described yesterday at West Point, is something where anyone would question the mental health, the mental capacity of that person.
You know, sadly, Lawrence, our mainstream press continue to normalize the abnormal and treat Trump as if he were a standard president, maybe, sometimes deviating. We will see good investigative articles, often very good op-eds, but then we'll see headlines about speeches like he gave it.
So it wasn't technically in the apartment complex. So the security, if they were fighting in the apartment complex, the security would call the police. But because it's outside of the apartment complex, the security wasn't doing shit but sitting there watching. As long as y'all ain't good, y'all, as long as y'all ain't in here, it ain't got nothing to do with us. So they are literally letting Brandon just pound and drag and wear him out. So while Brandon is pounding and dragging him, he already done hit Christian. So Christian's mouth is bleeding. And so I walk up on her and I walk up on her so she thinks that I'm walking up on her to hit her too. Now I'm telling y'all this, but this all happens within seconds. So it is, I walk up on her, we're walking up, Brandon punches her, the gay boy try to get into it, he gets to dragging him. Boom, 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 boom. I walk up on her, she thinks that I am about to fight her. I was like, and it pisses me off because, girl, I'm not trying to fight you, girl. Girl, get out of here. I am not about to fight your little weakling ass. I'm not about to fight you. Get out of here. I'm coming up on her and I'm telling her, this is the shit that I'm talking about. This messy ass shit. This shit that I told you in life, like I'm turning into auntie again. In life, this is the shit that's gonna get you in trouble. Bringing that bitch to my house. Ass videos to this boy about him. This is the type of shit that's gonna get you fucked up. And here you are looking stupid with your mouth bleeding because you doing shady ass shit behind people's back when you know you ain't got no business doing, and you know you ain't no fucking fighter. You know you're not no fighter, but this is the shit that if I wanted to bat you, I could bat you because of the shit that you're doing. You could have had it all. What Lauren Hill say? It could all be so simple. It could have all been so simple, but bitch, your ass is sitting here, bloody mouth, because you doing messy ass shit. And ain't nobody trying to fight your ass. I'll beat the shit out of you. Bitch, you sitting here rearing up. Not rearing up like trying to hit me, but like, oh no. Like I'm trying to hit you. Bitch, ain't nobody trying to fight your little stupid ass. Bitch, get out of here. I'm just telling you. Now I'm chastising. But while I'm sitting there talking to her in her face, here come Brandon. Boom! Bashes her one more time. He don't get to fight her, but he hit her one more time. Boom! Bitch! So he was like, bitch, you better be glad that I got all my energy out on his motherfucking ass, because he back there just on the ground bleeding wore out. He was like, bitch, don't you ever in your motherfucking life play with me. So we go back to the house. Her and the little friend is bloody and bam. So Melissa puts her out. Melissa puts her out because Melissa says, "Oh no, you're having all this violence in my apartment. Oh no, all this violence can't do. You can't stay with me anymore." She really tired of her being in the house because she ain't making her the money that she was making her back in November, December. The clients ain't coming in like they used to. And now Araya's gone. So now she's like, oh, fuck all this shit. I'm using it as an excuse. You're bringing violence to my apartment. Even she gonna zoom in. Let me see if she could zoom in. Zoom in, bitch, so you can see how sickening her mug is. That's Joanna's house. So yeah, this is how she, her regular degular look. So this is how she looked to me. Now, not if Joanna's house is a 10, Kristen is like an 8. Like she ain't as sickening like this, but this is the vibe she get where I'm like, bitch, you sickening. Like I'm looking at her like just a little bit of tweak. Like her mug, I don't think it was her body that needed work. But her muggery, it was on. To me, I think how it was when going down a YouTube rabbit hole. Y'all remember Johnny Boy? I used to love Johnny Boy. White girl, blonde hair. I wonder what happened to her. Cara Cunningham. Oh, she on her Blair White shit? That's probably why I haven't seen her. Cara Cunningham. Oh, she done deleted her, well, she ain't deleted, she just deleted all her posts. She got 0 posts, but she got like 15 followers.
For weeks, we're going to be hearing the left come up with convenient truths about how this happened.
Oh, yeah, she turned into a Trump supporter. I see. And she married a Mexican. Isn't that funny? But she done deleted all her posts. So apparently she married a Mexican. Got engaged to a Mexican. So apparently she married a Mexican. Got engaged to a Mexican. I hope he get deported. She must have went step and living her white woman life. Classic. You know who one of my favorite, this ain't got nothing to do with the conversation, but you know who one of my favorite white women, trans white women is? That motherfucking Carolyn Crossy. I live her. The Mexican trans man. Send them to El Salvador. That Carolyn Crossy, I love her. She was one of my favorite gay, not gay, white trans women. Low amphibian, a gay convert asked me. Oh my God. Didn't they get joined like some Christian cult or something? Ty, did you know Christian turned into like a Christian cult person too? Got into church, like detransitioned and got into church. Christian that used to live with me. I let this white girl live with me for like a year because she was homeless and because her parents kicked her out. And I don't know what I was thinking. I was just being a good person. They didn't have nowhere to let them take with me. Met them up. They were a YouTube subscriber of mine, and they sent me a message and told me what was going on, and I was just being a good person, so that's why. And let them stay with me for a year. And it turned into some hot mess. But she detransitioned and turned into like a Christian, like um, like a not a cult leader. I don't want to say that, but one of them Christian people, like the people, the missionaries. That's what it is. They turn into one of the missionaries that's trying to convert people as an ex-gay, as an ex-trans,
like
da, da, da,
this.
da, da, just like
Pays a lot,
Lowen.
which is what you want.
So they have detransitioned.
So there's this chemical
and
laboratory
then,
called Humane Labs. Used to
I
be
had
run by
blocked her, so I hadn't seen
Raskovsky
her
and
in
Popov's pharma company.
years, because I
A
blocked
few
her
years
on
ago,
everything.
it was leased to a shadow
But
company run in
I
part
had
by
went
Don
under one of
Percival.
my
You guys know
white
Don Percival?
homegirls'
Well, he's a
video.
warmongering right-wing douche with all the
That's a little
subtlety of a
but,
red dildo. Trust me, I've met a lot of them. Warmongering right-wing
one of my
douches, not
white
red dildos.
subscribers.
Point is, Percival is up to no good in that
I
shithole.
went to her page.
Nerve agents.
And in the comments, she did a video about
That's what the intel seems to suggest. What I got told on the street, and what my boss,
she definitely not,
who doesn't want you
she
to know
either
his
is
name,
a white Latina,
discover because what? Don't worry
but
about
she
the
dated
why,
black boys,
just
and we
worry
met a
about
lot.
the how.
We've met,
First,
and so
a couple things to take care of. Get the Humane
she did
Labs
some kind of video about me, like a positive, just talking about, when she was younger, how, she was young and trans, and she would sneak and watch my videos, and, that story. And she was just saying positive, and I went to the, Spicy White. She definitely Latina. And it was a positive video about me and how, different people in her life inspired her, and it was talking about me. And I looked in the comments, and Christian, the white girl that I haven't seen her since 2013, Christian as a boy commented in the video, in the comments, and she wrote this long ass paragraph about how, now, we fell out, so understand that it got the whole story with us. So I never would have expected her to have anything positive to say, because we did the Craigslist and all the sites, and it can boost your money, honey. And we lived in Indianapolis, and it was based in Chicago, so baby, they would fly us right on in like it was no teeth. But all of that area of people, they were just kind of flying into it. But yeah, offer $200 and a free round trip to Kentucky. Yes, for the guys. But sometimes it was free. Sometimes it was 300. I remember when Jerry and Maury called my phone to be on that show. Me too. Once they saw your ass, they would hit you up. When they saw your ass on the sites, they would hit you up and ask you to come. Come on the show. You have somebody you want to tell off, baby? Come tell Jerry about it, honey. So I think that Zeus, like CL said, Zeus gives a space for people who might not know. Look at Sydney Star. She's on whatever, she's on the Zeus network, getting her life, because nobody else was Because she didn't bring no ratings to Love and Hip Hop. She ain't getting on nobody else's show. So she's on Zeus Network. Look at who would have made the Auntie show. Did that get canceled? I'm pretty sure, yeah. But the Auntie show, well, who would have made that? That was brilliant. If they could have got along, but but that was brilliant for them to make up that show. The Aunties with Tokyo Tony and Tia and what was the other girl name? That was brilliant. That was made for TV. The Bobby Light and Roland Ray, that little special, crazy. What would that have been on? What network streaming or whatever would that have been on? Nothing. Bad Boys Club. What else? Oh, Black China. What would she have been on?
Okay, we got 2 teams. Split up and hit your objectives.
Nobody would have gave them a chance.
Competitiveness. Here's that.
And we know some of the other shows, they do that. Look at, what was it called? The Flavor of Love. On VH1. There was a time when VH1 was like that. Let's just try it. And we got some of our iconic, our Tiffany Pollard. We got some stars rose out of that kind of era of reality TV. So they were just trying it and see. Remember, Real World on MTV. They were trying it and see. And who we get? We get Tammy Roman. We got, who's the girl from the very first one that's on Sway? What was her name? Is her name Robin? Heather B. Not Robin. Heather, is it Heather B? Is that her name? That DJ was. When that gay boy back, that girl in her face on Real World got in the the taxi, or before she got in the taxi on Real World, that was a TV moment too. I remember that. Yeah, I think that there is I think it's tears. I think it's tears to that. It's tears to television. Like, you're gonna have your D-listers. You're gonna have especially now with the internet and all the stuff that's going on with different levels of celebrity. And what I'm also learning is not that I didn't know it, but I'm just starting to notice more often. There are bubbles of community. Like, even y'all, I'm a part of y'all bubble of who y'all watch, whoever y'all watch. And I have no idea who they are, but they got tons of followers. Like DDG, like his fans. Somebody said the other day, what's his name? Kai Kana. What's his name? What's the little dark skin boy with the dreads? Cute one. Kai Sana. He was talking about DDG, and he was saying it like DDG. In my brain, I thought they came up together. Like, I put them all in the same. Yeah, I put them all together. But he was talking about DDG like he was like a pioneer in the field, in the streaming field or whatever. I'm like, oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that history is. So clearly there's some history of DDG that's longer than that I don't know about. And so that's a bubble world that I don't know anything about.
Yeah, so I don't know nothing about that bubble of these young black streamers that I love my favorite is the little goofy one, the little Speedy or Speedo or what's his name? Those are my two favorite guy and is it Speedo? Speed. I show Speed something. I like them. Those are my two favorites. They're funny. I like them. And the funny one that looked like a stud, the little itty bitty one. He's funny though because he roasted people. What is his name? Oh no, he's my favorite. The little short, but he's really little. He looks like a stud, but he a boy. What is his name? Is it Rod? Is it Rodney? Oh, what does he? Link me to Rodney. He's little. He's really, really little. Every time when I first used to see him, I thought he was just a stud, but he's not a stud. He's brown. Yeah, he's brown skin.
Can you move?
Oh, what is his name? He be roasting. He be reading, but he be on like live with them too. But he's funny. Like he a reader. Let's see if I can find something about him. Like I'm just really like. So that's why I'm looking for it. He's like there's.
Cut it out. Cut it out.
I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know how to give it a subject. But there's like a Rodney, son, go Rodney. It's a little fat ass butt. I don't know if it's a little fat ass butt. I don't know if that's what I would call it. Nah, this one is. He's from Baltimore. He definitely has a Baltimore accent. The Shave Ross. Y'all know I don't know these little kids' names, y'all. I don't know their names. I only know them other ones' names because they Rodney he's from B-More. It's Rodney. Let me see. What is Rodney like name? What is his like online streaming? Is it little Rodney? He definitely has a yeah, that's him. That's him. It's Lil Rodney. Yes, he looked like a stud. Him. This one. Don't he look like a stud? He look like a stud to me. He look like a fine ass stud. Yeah, this one, I love him. He be having me cracking up. He is so funny. I live for him. Yeah, him. Is this Lil Rodney? Yeah, that's him. This nigga be having me cracking up. I get my life. Especially when he get to reading, I get my life. See, he be giving me, I be thinking he a stud child. That is giving me stud. Like, that's giving like a huge stud. And apparently he been streaming for a long time because I seen a throwback video of him and he was with his mama and that he was a little kid. So he's been streaming for a long time where he looked like a little kid. there's a video I recently saw of him and his mom, and they were streaming, and they were talking about something. And I was like, oh, he's been making money as a streamer because this is with him and his mom, and he looked like a child, like a little kid, like the way they were. And I guess he was still living with his mom or whatever. I don't know where he lives now, but he was with his mom. Y'all, see, you can't tell me this ain't no stud. I know it's not a stud, but that look like a stud. His face is fish down. They all still look like little kids to me. No, this was like little kid, like kid, like not little teenager, older, 20 something. This is when they look like children, where you could tell that, like, oh my God, these are children. Yeah, but he's funny as hell. This nigga, I love him. He's funny. He makes me laugh. I get it. Some young men look like studs. Yeah, they be giving. So him particularly be giving like a little stud. So what I was saying, my point I was making was there's like really pocket bubbles of people's community that I don't know anything about. You know who I recently just learned about? Like, what's the Asian trans woman, Jules? I had seen her like years ago, but I didn't know she had her own little bubble of fan base of her. Where's Miss Thing at that was crying in the closet? Leave Britney alone. Remember her? What was her name? She was a boy at first, and then she transitioned to a girl. What was her? She was a white girl. It was a white girl. She went viral when she was in a closet saying "Leave Britney alone" when she was a boy. She was like a little gay butch queen. Chris Crocker, yes. Now she transitioned, and I think she has her own little bubble of people. I think her new name is like Clara something, Cara. She's a trumpet, I think. Is she? Ooh, I didn't know that. I don't follow her, so I don't know. Oh, and y'all remember, now my brain is going down a YouTube rabbit hole. Y'all remember Johnny Boy? I used to love Johnny Boy. White girl, blonde hair. I wonder what happened to her. Cara Cunningham. Oh, she on her Blair White shit? That's probably why I haven't seen her. Cara Cunningham. She done deleted her. Well, she ain't deleted. She just deleted all her posts. She got 0 posts, but she got like 15 followers.
For weeks, we're going to be hearing to the left come up with convenient truths about how this happened.
Oh yeah, she turned into a Trump supporter. I see. And she married a Mexican, isn't that funny? And she done deleted all her posts. So apparently she married a Mexican. Got engaged to a Mexican. How we get deported?
Oh, by all means, go ahead.
You know who one of my favorite, this ain't got nothing to do with the conversation, but you know who one of my favorite white women, trans white women is? That motherfucking Carolyn Frosty. I live her. The Mexican trans man. Oh. Sending them to El Salvador. That Carolyn Frosty, I love her. She was one of my favorite gay, not gay, white trans women. Lola and Phoebe, a gay convert gay. Oh my god! Didn't they get joined like some Christian cult or something? Todd, did you know Kristen turned into like a Christian cult person too? In the church, like detransitioned and got into church. Kristen that used to live with me. I let this white girl live with me for like a year because she was homeless because her parents kicked her out. And I don't know what I was thinking. I was just being a good person. And they didn't have nowhere to go and let them take with me. I met him just YouTube. And sent me a message. Yeah. And told me what was going on. And I was just being a good person because that's what I am. And let them stay with me for a year. And it turned into some hot mess. But she detransitioned and turned into like a Christian, like not a cult leader. I don't want to say that, but you know, one of them Christian people, like the people, missionaries. That's what it is. They turn into one of the missionaries that's trying to convert people as an ex-gay, as an ex-trans, and just like Low Anthony. And so they had detransitioned, and then I had blocked her, so I hadn't seen her in years because I blocked her on everything. But I had went under one of my white homegirls' video. Not homegirls, that's a little strange, but one of my white subscribers that I follow, I had went to her page, and in the comments, she did a video about me. No, she wasn't white. I don't know what she is. She definitely not like, she either is a white Latina, but she dated black boys, and we've met a lot. We've met, and so she did some kind of video about me, like a positive, just talking about, when she was young, how, she was young and trans, and she would sneak and watch my videos, and that story, and she was just saying positive, and I went to the Spicy Bite. She definitely Latina, and it was a positive video about me and how different people in her life inspired her, and it was talking about me. And I looked in the comments, and Christian, the white girl that I haven't seen her since 2013, Christian, as a boy, commented in the video, in the comments, and she wrote this long ass paragraph about how now we fell out, so understand that it got the whole story. So I never would have expected her to have anything positive to say because we did fall out. But we fell out because she was letting people influence her that shouldn't influence her.
Nutrafol had a formula for that. My hair has changed throughout my life, so I'm grateful Nutrafol has a product targeted for whatever I'm going through.
Good evening. This is a special holiday weekend edition of The Last Word. Russia defies Trump with the largest ever drone and missile attack on Ukraine. That is the headline in the Wall Street Journal. after Russia launched what Ukrainian officials said was the largest aerial assault on the country since the war began. More than 350 drones and
that was the direction that she wanted to go. Um, and so in the comment, she says, she said, I stayed with Diamond for a year, and she really taught me so much about life. And because I was so young and I didn't understand it, I didn't realize what she was teaching me until now that I'm comment. She did a whole paragraph, and she basically was saying, I learned so much from her, and everything she was trying to tell me and warn me about has happened in my life, and I had to learn it the hard way because I didn't listen to her. And exactly who she says she is who she is. And it felt good because if there was anybody who could have said something negative about me, not that I did anything to her, but our situation got so ugly that she could have said something negative. Um, but the fact that but I was trying to help her. Like, it started off really, really good. But the ugly side of me. I'm a Pisces. The ugly side of me is when I start off really, really good with you and you do some shady shit, the ugly side of me can get ugly. It's going to be justified, but it can get ugly. And that's kind of how it went with her. It was like, oh, bitch, I let you in my house to help you, and you start doing shady ass shit to me. Oh, cool. Well, now I'm gonna let the world wear you out. Instead of protecting you like a daughter, like I've been doing for the past year, I'm gonna let the world wear you out. And but to go to that comment, and the comment had been there for about before I found it, the comment had been there for about 3 years. Like it was an old video that I just ran across, and I looked in the comments, and she was there with that long positive comment. But yeah, she detransitioned, and now she is like a. And this is after her transition and all that shit. Um, yeah. Wow. So yeah.
No.
We only been on her for. Do y'all want to hear the story? It's a long ass story. And it's 12. I can save it for later. Do y'all want to hear the story? If you're watching it, if you're watching, thumbs up. I wanted to hear the story for a while. Okay, where does it start? All right, so it starts on YouTube. If y'all remember, YouTube used to have a messaging system. You told it on was up in Funky Dineva. There is a particular anti-blackness. There's a particular anti-womanness. There's a particular misogyny that is just comes up, and I see it, and I can't fuck with them. I see it, I feel it, I hear it when they talk. It is, yeah, it comes up. When Jason Lee, I think because Jason Lee is biracial, his anti-blackness comes up a lot. I just hear him talking about it. He's one of the mixed boys that don't like black people. He considers himself black, but you can tell how he talks about, especially when you get into the colorism conversation. You can tell that he is a mixed boy that's jaded behind that shit. That's number one. With Funky Dineva, there is a class dynamic. There is a respectability politics that he only puts on women, in how they dress and how he talks about women's issues. There is a class politic that he has that really shows up for him. That pops up every now and then. That I'm like, oh, he's like a church queen, despite being a cokehead and despite some kind of alleged allegations. Yeah, I just see it. And so when I feel that vibe and hear it in some of their commentary, and Madison, because who Madison is and her hustle game,
I feel like there's a lot of gay gnats flying around her, trying to ride up off of their coattails. But I bet most of them maybe some gay boys, but prior to you connecting, that's why your numbers went up. So, the same beats. They love to capitalize on the scenarios that they've created to perpetuate high stereotypes about black people. Now, I think there is a difference. Now, I'm not mad at the Zeus Network girls. Because type that you just see it. And sometimes that makes for good TV. I think because of fictitious kinship, we talk about it. Who did I learn that from? The book called Sister Citizen by Melissa Harris Perry. She talks about fictitious. It's not her work, but she's the one who taught me about the concept. That book, fictitious kinship, where there's a kin. Now there's a positive of it, like we people because we black, because we trans, because we weird. There's a fictitious kinship, but it also talks about the negative side of it too, where we don't have the privilege of being individuals when it comes to if we are the stereotype or we do something wrong, like if we got a sexy red who is Banji, whatever the negative stuff that people think of about her, but there's people that exist like her, and do they not? But because they exist in that kind of very stereotypical way, there is a shame that comes when they get a spotlight. It reminds me of my mother when I was younger, not wanting me to eat watermelon outside. Like, you just sitting out here eating watermelon. That is It's kind of like there's a shame that comes with that can come, not with everybody, but there's a shame when you put a spotlight on people who fit those stereotypes. There's a shame that comes with that. And so some people can have a reaction. I think that's what's happening with that statue in New York. I think when they show regular black people that black people, some respectability politic motherfuckers that are invested in having this black excellent image of black people, when they see a light being shown on something that they deem not respectable, they get ashamed by it. I personally feel like Zeus Network provides an opportunity for some girls to come up where they may not have an opportunity or access to any type of celebrity and money. I think you totally are right. I think that there is a documentary about Jerry Springer.